Hello, my name is Stephen from SteadyMaker, and today we are going to look at the big brother of our stabilizer range, the SteadyMaker Tank PLUS. Now this is a 32-bit stabilizer, 3-axis brushless gimbals with an Alex Moss control board. So let's start with the case. You have a secure plastic case for your transportation. It also comes with some lockable areas that you can use with your own padlocks. Very good for transporting your stabilizer from location to location, and this is included in your stabilizer price. So let's check the components inside your stabilizer. If we take the case open, you'll see that your case is padded on the inside to protect the contents of your stabilizer. Now, I will tell you from the beginning that my stabilizer will be slightly different in a few ways from your stabilizer because I have a slightly older version of the Tank Plus. Since my copy, there has been a number of improvements, and I will talk about some of the differences in some of the upcoming video. So, you will see you have a LiPo battery. This is the power of your stabilizer. It's a 3-cell LiPo battery. You'll find similar batteries in remote control planes, helicopters, and drones. This will give your stabilizer around, I would say, 1 to 2 hours of use, depending on how you use it. Probably a little more than 2 hours if you use it sparingly. And it will take about 3 or 4 hours to fully charge. Ensure that your LiPo battery is charged. In order to do that, you will see that your stabilizer comes with a charger. Now, my charger is different than the charger that you will have, but you'll find a charger inside. Very simple. Plug it in, attach the ends to the LiPo battery, and then just charge your LiPo battery. My LiPo battery is already charged. You'll also find a second charger, and this is for the remote battery. My stabilizer is the wireless remote version. You can also order a wired joystick controlled stabilizer where the joystick is powered from the LiPo battery inside the stabilizer, or you can order what I have, which is the wireless remote version, where you can use a wireless remote control to control where your camera is looking at. You can use that from up to about 50 meters away from the camera. I have the wireless remote here. Now my remote will look different from your remote. Your remote will have a joystick control. My remote is one of the older ones with a dial control. On your wireless remote control, your remote aerial will be built into the wireless remote. With mine, it attaches to the wireless remote, just screws on there. We'll go into a little more detail about the wireless remote in another video. It has its own video. You have a stand. Now this will come in separate pieces, but this is the base of your stabilizer. This is what you will use to help balance it and place it down between shots. You will also have a central tube for the base. This goes into the bottom of the base like that, very simple. And then that just screws tight. So that's your base or your stand for the stabilizer. You also have a top handlebar. This is for holding your stabilizer. And you'll find on the top handlebar an attachment for your wireless remote. This is where your wireless remote screws onto your handlebar. If you want to use your wireless remote by yourself while you're shooting, you screw it into the top handlebar near the handle so you can adjust the wireless remote while you're shooting. Also, to go into the top handlebar, you will find a second attachment. This is for adding accessories or external attachments to your stabilizer setup. For example, a light or a monitor or a microphone. You'll find a ball mount here that you can adjust, a standard screw that you can add to a lot of accessories. And again, this slides onto your handlebar attachment and then just screws tight. So you should have those two on your handlebar attachments. These are just two standard handles. The good thing about these handles is that they unscrew. So you can replace the handles with your own handles if you prefer different ones, and these go into either end of your handlebar. The main part that you will find that takes up the most room is the heart of your stabilizer. This is basically your cradle for your stabilizer. You'll see the 3 motors that you will have. This is your pitch motor. This is your roll motor at the back here, and at the top where the handle is, you will find your yaw motor for left and right, and your quick release plate to put your camera into goes into the cradle in the base. So that's the heart of your stabilizer. The battery will go into the back here. I'll show you how to construct your stabilizer in an upcoming video. Also, you'll find a small attachment. This attaches the base to the stabilizer. And finally, you'll find some tools in your stabilizer. These are for adjusting the Allen screws in your stabilizer, for adjusting the positioning and balance of your stabilizer when you come to pre-balance it. You will have a battery meter built into the stabilizer near the top handle at the back here. So you don't need to worry about that. One more feature you'll find is on the tubes are little measuring markers. These will help you balance pre-balance your stabilizer effectively, because you can use the markers as a guide to where you adjust the balancing. And underneath the tubes are little screws, little knobs to loosen and tighten, and then you can adjust the handles as you need to. One final component you'll find are the screws that you will need to attach your rear detachable stand, your base, to the cradle and the stabilizer. You'll find, I think, 5 screws in there, or 6 screws. There's 4 screws and a couple of spares just in case you lose them. So these are the components for your stabilizer. In the next video, we'll look at constructing and pre-balancing your stabilizer rig.